It was interesting. Somebody brought cards. I'm sure they had them in the hotel from last night. So a couple of card games were going on. Guys were doing all kinds of things. It was kind of interesting, but I did have that thought. I said, boy, try to shift over to baseball and get used to it.
6 hours and 59 minutes. That's how long last Saturday's win for the Hawkeyes took. Iowa would explode in this one, scoring 27 points against a lacking Nevada defense. This week, Iowa opens up Big Ten play when they travel to Piscataway, New Jersey to take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your #1 source for Hawkeye sports. I'm Michael Merrick, and today we're going to talk about everything you need to know before the kickoff. Rutgers comes into this game undefeated at 3-0, and they have a little extra to play for this week, as it has been over 1,700 days since the Scarlet Knights have last won a home conference game. Currently, Rutgers has lost their last 19 home Big Ten games, but Iowa knows that despite this, Rutgers is no easy pushover.
I'll start with this. Everything that I've seen on tape, they're very talented, and they're improving every single week. So it's just going to be a challenge to get in there.
I think that the past is irrelevant. I think they are a very good team. They're 3-0 right now. The atmosphere is going to be really, really great. They have their red out night or whatever. So it's going to be a good time.
Notoriously, the Scarlet Knights don't have much of a home field advantage, but with the Saturday night lights shining down on SHI Stadium and scarlet red bleeding throughout the stands, the Hawkeyes better be ready for a battle.
This fan base has been starved of a primetime night game. This is a fan base that has gotten used to tailgating, as the sun's still coming up, getting in there at noon, and by the time 3 o'clock hits, you're down by 7 touchdowns, go home and try to watch some other good games on TV. So this is a fan base now that is going to be able to enjoy, all that college football has to offer. And you go into Saturday and go into the weekend thinking that their team has a real chance at winning a Big Ten game at home.
A major key to this game will be the offensive line play for Iowa. So far this season, the Hawks aren't as tried and true in the trenches as years past. And with a tough Rutgers front seven ahead tomorrow, Spencer Petras could be in for a long day.
They get to the quarterbacks. The defensive line has been outstanding this year. And if you look at the stats, they have a couple of sacks. The more impressive thing that they've been doing has been forcing quarterbacks to make bad throws. You go back to week 1 against Boston College, they had a number of sacks, but they also had a lot of quarterback hurries, a lot of quarterback hits, so they were just getting through and making a quarterback, Phil Yurkovich, who's an NFL prospect, and making him throw into awful coverage, making him just throw the ball out of bounds because the defensive line was completely overwhelming the offensive line and getting through the quarterback.
While Iowa seemed to have some things figured out, putting up 27 points last week, many believe that was more of an outlier than the new standard. A big win and some big points will go a long way in quieting the doubters of the Iowa offense. And now moving away from the offense to every Hawkeye fan's new favorite unit, the special teams. Tomorrow's game is going to be a godsend to every punting fan across not only this country, but the entire world.
Punting is winning. This phrase has become synonymous with Iowa football in recent years. Iowa punter Tory Taylor has captured the hearts of Hawkeye fans with his beautiful punts all year long, as he has averaged the 3rd highest yards per punt in the nation. Normally, Tory Taylor walks into every game as the clear #1 punter. This week, however, that title isn't as easy to claim.
We've got two punters that can really alter the game, and we spent a lot of time trying to come out of the end zone. I know that last time we played against this punter.
Yeah, to talk about Adam, I know he's going to bring a lot of problems and issues for us, and not necessarily me because I don't have anything to do with it. But I'm sure Coach Woods is thinking about that a lot. But he's a great punter. But there's great punters in the Big Ten that we're going to face, and he's one of them.
The punting battle of the century, the Thunder from down under. Iowa versus Rutgers. This game will be the premier matchup between two of college football's best special teamers. Hawkeye fans know all about Tory Taylor, reigning MVP chance after downing opponents within their own 10-yard line. But Rutgers punter Adam Korsak is no slouch. Korsak is currently on a streak of over 135 consecutive punts without a touchback. This matchup is more than just who the superior punter is, but is also proof of the new wave of Australian punters taking over the football world.
I feel like I'm being a little bit of a smartass when I say this, but that's something I've been doing for 20 years, and I know everyone kind of goes crazy when we put them inside the 5, but really it's not that difficult of a punt for me. It really just comes back to Aussie rules, and I think that's the reason there's so many Australian rules guys over here doing what I'm doing, is just because of the success that we have with those plus 50 punts.
If we know anything about Iowa football, these two will for sure get their fair share of work this weekend.
And the Iowa defense is looking to continue their dominance over the course of the season. Currently, Iowa ranks second in the entire nation in points allowed. And with Rutgers having issues at the quarterback position, the Hawkeyes could get back-to-back shutouts.
In the past, has been very traditional. Noah Vedril's been the starter. Noah Vedril's been hurt. He was week to week coming into the season. He's day to day now. Gavin Wimsatt is also considered day to day.
Despite issues at quarterback, this Rutgers offense is no pushover. The creativity in the run game is one of the best in the nation. And with the Scarlet Knights starting tight end Johnny Langan, the options are endless for this Rutgers offense.
Actually, our starting tight end is Johnny Langan, who identifies himself as Johnny Langan offensive weapon. He came into Rutgers as a transfer from Boston College as a quarterback, played quarterback for half a year when we kind of were rebuilding. He could take snaps, he could catch, he could run. I mean, he pretty much won us the game for Temple last week. He had the most carries and the most rushing yards and got the closest to a touchdown out of any of our guys that rushed the ball. So we outran any of our running backs.
With the recent landscape of Hawkeye football, the Iowa defense will need to force some Rutgers turnovers if they want to win this game.
Now, let's bring in Daily Iowan pregame editor Austin Hanson from the newsroom. Austin, we've seen some minor improvements from this offense week to week. What do you expect to see from them this weekend?
Well, I don't expect them to score 27 points again, that's for sure. I think bettors sort of indicate that. The total right now is set at 33 and a half, sorry. That's the lowest over-under total since, I think, 2004. So to ask Iowa to score 27 points again, to even ask them to have over 300 yards of offense again, is quite a stretch, I'd say. And for me, Rutgers defense is ranked 10th in the country. Iowa's offense is ranked dead last, 131st. That's not a recipe for success on Saturday, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Rutgers defense is a stout unit, but Rutgers is having some injury issues in the quarterback room. Austin, how do you expect Iowa's defense to take advantage of this?
Well, all week Iowa's been talking about how they're preparing for at least 3 quarterbacks, maybe 4. Noah Vedril, who was their starter last year, hasn't played at all this year. He's been dealing with an undisclosed injury. They've had 2 other guys, 2 backups play this year, and even their tight end has played some snaps at quarterback. So Rutgers is searching for answers, and Iowa's preparing to stifle all 4 or 3 of them, however many play. But yeah, expect multiple quarterbacks to play for Rutgers on Saturday.
I will do so. And finally, Austin, the best part. Who do you have winning this game, and what score do you see?
Well, I've seen score projections that are as low as 5-3, and like I just said, that'll make under bettors really happy this week. I'm going to go with 17-10 Iowa. That's a lot of points to ask of the Hawkeyes. That's 2 touchdowns and a field goal, or some safeties, or however you want to shake it out. But yeah, I'm going 7-10 Hawkeye, or 17-10 Hawkeyes, and I'll let the chips fall where they may on Saturday.
I'm close with you there, Austin. I got the Hawkeyes extending that 19 straight home conference losses for Rutgers in a close 17-7 battle. Thank you, Austin, and thank you for tuning in to another edition of Before the Kickoff. From the University of Iowa, I'm Michael Merrick, and have a wonderful weekend of football, everyone.